I'm Sama. I'm from West Central Wisconsin. I'm getting my teeth straightened because over the course of the last year or so, it has just become abundantly clear to me that when I smile, I don't always look like I have a tooth here. I do. You can see it, but from a certain angle, I do not. In general, I otherwise don't have a problem with my smile. I did have braces from about 2nd to 4th grade, thereabouts. A little over a year and a half, I think. I lost my retainer twice, and my mom said, "We've put enough money into your mouth. I'm not paying a crazy amount of money for a retainer." So we were just, it'll be fine. And overall, it is fine, except for this one tooth, 3 teeth in particular that will be shifting. My top teeth are not nearly as bad as my bottom teeth. Never had braces, and they're a mess. So when I go to my dentist for my, twice a year cleaning, it's uncomfortable for me to have them clean. It's uncomfortable for my dental hygienist to be doing the cleaning, because she's really got to, jam the floss down in there. She's got to go at it from a weird angle. And I really feel like straightening my teeth now will make it easier for me to have even routine dental cleaning done in the future. I decided to go with Byte. For a couple of different reasons. I did research other companies, including Smile Direct Club, who kept dropping into my email. I think I have gotten like mailer cards, like physical snail mail from them, because they have a Smile Center at a CVS store near me. And as much as I did kind of appreciate the idea that I could go in and get scanned and, find out if I was a candidate right away, I decided to go with Byte for a couple of different reasons. One being the Hyperbite. The idea that the system that would ordinarily take me almost a year to get through would only take half the time was fantastic. The other thing I really like about Byte, I was worried it would take me longer to get my aligners than it did, because they have converted their manufacturing over to creating PPE while we are dealing with the COVID-19 epidemic right now. So the idea that they are giving back in that way really appeals to me as well. And I know I'm giving my money to a really good company. I also really appreciate how on point their social media stuff is. There's one ad in particular that the model is just adorable and I love her. When people are on there and they complain about, I've been waiting 8 weeks for aligners, and they're like, we can't talk about this here, but send us a PM and we'll figure out what's happening. They seem like they really try to make themselves available to answer questions, and, they want everybody to have a positive experience with them. So I did the impression kit. I actually got a deal on my impression kit. It was only like $25 or something. Got to me within 2 days. I actually had FedEx call me to make sure that I lived where they thought that I lived, because I live out in the middle of nowhere, and FedEx does not routinely drop things off with me. We are more, USPS, because we're rural. It came very quickly. The impression kit went fairly quickly. Not as cold as when you go to the dentist. I appreciated that. That's what I hate most about doing impressions at the dentist, is how cold the putty is. Mixing it was kind of the most nerve-wracking, was the, am I over mixing it? Am I under mixing it? Is it doing the weird marbly thing? I didn't have too much of a problem. They have you do 2 sets, which I appreciate, because I'm pretty sure I messed up at least 1 set, whether that was the first or the second. They got what they needed though, so that was the biggest thing. It took about a week after sending them in, and when you log into the Byte website, it will give you kind of like a status update of like, they'll let you know that they received them and that they're being reviewed. So yeah, about a week, and then they said, you're a candidate. And so they show you, they make a 3D rendering of your impressions, and they kind of show you, it's not super in depth, but you can like slide a bar and like rotate the image around to see how your teeth are going to move over the set number of weeks. My top teeth are going to take 11 weeks to shift. My bottom teeth are going to take 22. I did not decide to go with their payment plan, which would have been $67 a month for like 3 years. I went with the Affirm loan. That's basically what it is a loan or credit. So I'm paying $167 a month for a year. I figure, you know, this is going to take me 22 weeks. I can pay a little bit more. There are no late fees associated with it. I can pay it off quicker if I have the money. And, you know, hopefully I'll have it actually paid off by the time I'm done with the aligners if I can continue to pay a little bit more than I was. Actually ordering the aligners and getting them in my hands took about a month. And I actually fully expected it to take longer because of the COVID-19 thing. Now was actually a really good time for these to come to me because I am working from home. And, you know, it's just less stressful to take care of your teeth and do this kind of thing when I don't have to, you know, be popping them in and out when I'm at work or what have you. So it's actually working out really well for me. So I really like this box. It flips up and then open like that. It's so nice. The first box is the aligners. And there's a nice little pull tab, and they're all just there. This is actually only weeks 1 through 15. It is still on my to-do list to email them and be like, hey, so I only got through 15. I'm supposed to have like 5 more weeks of aligners. And I believe in all the videos I watched, that has happened to other people too who had really long treatment plans. Typically, you just have to email them. So I will pop these ones in for you. Uh-oh. Oh, huh. Trying to put the bottoms on the top. So yeah, these ones just slide right on. I don't think you can really tell that they're in. They definitely feel weird. I've had these on for a week, so they are really easy to pop on and off. I did learn this morning. Last night I had switched into week 2. Oh my god. I audibly went, ugh, in the bathroom this morning after popping specifically the top ones back on. Taking them out for me is really easy. I have like muscle memory of having a retainer as a kid. So yeah, I just... That one is always harder to come off for some reason. They also tell you to hold on to them just in case. So in the second box, the Let's Accessorize box, there's nothing in it because everything's out. First is your retainer case. You know, people showed these and I'm just like, how do you fit your retainers in there if you're doing both your top and bottom? The answer is very carefully. There is a little mirror there. There also is the tool for helping you extract. I've never used this. It just stays in there and looks pretty, I guess. They also send along a little file. After sleeping in them, I did notice a couple of spots where like it definitely was rubbing against like my cheeks. So you're going to want to keep that around just in case. And then the thing that we actually all are interested in, the Byte. The Byte is what shortens your treatment plan. Without this, you have to wear each tray for 2 weeks instead of 1 week. So you just, with your liners in, and then you hit power and it vibrates. The first time I did that, I was like, oh, I don't think I enjoy this. This is not okay. But once you kind of figure out how much pressure you have to use, it's not a bad feeling, but if you bite too hard, it definitely kind of like rattles your brain kind of a thing. The other thing included, another nice red box, is the Byte. I was very concerned because nobody seemed to want to talk about how it tasted. It's kind of a sweet minty flavor, so if that's not your jam, you might not like it. It could be worse. You don't have to leave this on your retainers though. You can just use it as a cleaner and rinse it, and you never put it in your mouth, but then it's not whitening your teeth. I don't really care about teeth whitening personally, but again, if that's your jam. But yeah, I'll be back about halfway through with how it's going. Thanks.